months ago, I did one of the bravest things in my life. I performed a solo dance at the school assembly for the Chinese New Year. I vividly remember the evenings that the teacher asked me if I would like to perform solely in front of the whole school. It was late at night as I lay in bed and stared at the ceiling, pondering a question. The only question I got that night was, should I do it or not? As time ticked away, the clock struck 12, then 1, then 2. I still remained wide awake, as if two armies were battling out in my mind. Army 1, the supporters, armed with my desires and passions. I love dancing. I very much like to spread my culture through my passion. I enjoy showcasing myself on the stage. Most importantly, I love to keep pushing my boundaries and challenge myself. However, the second army, the opposers, seem to possess more formidable weapons. I will be dancing solo in front of the entire school. What if I stumble halfway through? With 2 weeks of rehearsal time, no teammates or instructor, what if I couldn't even complete the choreography? What if they dislike my dance? The battle seemed endless, with no clear winner, and it left me trapped in the middle. Suddenly, the distant sound of hoofbeats echoed. My Prince Charming came to my rescue. With his arrival, he swiftly vanquished the second army, turned to me, telling me, "This is what you love. Go for it. You can't control everything, so just simply bailan. Everything will be fine." And then he rode off into the night, and suddenly I felt exceptionally peaceful. This word, bailan, is a Chinese term that holds various interpretations among individuals. Primarily, it's commonly understood as a neutral expression, similar to let it be, but on a deeper level. It's more profound than simply allowing things to go, yet falls short of resigning oneself entirely to neglect or decay. When facing troubling situations, consider giving bailan a try, since there are so many things in life that we can't control. Bailan is about reducing unnecessary exertion and harmonizing with the natural flow of life. Rather than trying to figure everything out, sometimes it's better to just let things be, which can truly bring a sense of ease and relief. I remember that after the restless night, I said yes to the teacher without hesitation and led Army 1 onto the journey of rehearsal. During the preparation phase, I focused solely on what I could control and never thought of anything else. For example, every day I diligently practiced dancing for 1.5 hours. I went to my friend and borrowed a spare costume in case my costumes that I ordered online didn't arrive on time. Right before stepping onto the stage, I allowed only one thought in my mind. Just do your best, let the rest fall where they may. In the end, my performance went smoothly. Vanquishing Army 2, the posters, is one of the best choices I've ever made in my life. Letting go of the burden of additional pressure, I breezed through my performance with ease. That is the charm of bailan. As teenagers, there are so many things that frustrate us. According to Dr. Barrison's research, Stress in Teenagers, published by Mass General Brigham, adolescents' fears and anxieties about the state of the world, their families, and their lives are major contributors to the mental health conditions students face today. To complicate matters, he adds that the American school system overschedules and overburdens its students, and that makes things even worse. There is simply no downtime to process all they're going through, Dr. Barrison stated. Adolescents need 8 to 10 hours of sleep a night. They never get that. They must do community service, must play the violin, they must compete in athletics. He goes on to say they're booked 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that overscheduling is a backdrop to all these other worries and concerns. Indeed, most of us feel the struggle of not having enough time to do what we need to do. As a professional bailan consultant, I've got a few success stories to share with you all, and I want to charge you $200 per hour. Let's start with case one. Have you ever obsessed over how you perform the exam to the point where it disrupts your other tasks? I have. When I was in middle school, whenever I had 2 exams in one day, I'd ace the first but fail the second because I spent the entire time worrying about a question about the previous exam, which sets off a vicious cycle. I got bad grades on the second exam, and that put me in a sour mood. Consequently, subsequent exams suffered as well. I don't like this at all, obviously, and I sought a change. I started to embrace the method of temporary bailan. By convincing myself not to care about outcome temporarily, especially before the second exam in the day, I would keep reiterating the word bailan, let it be in mind, and it indeed made a significant improvement in my mindset. It's been transformative. By letting go of the need to constantly worry about the outcome, I'm more peaceful, relieved, and even pleasant. This is because my anxiety stems from high expectations and the fear of receiving bad news. Case 2. Let me tell you about another friend of mine, Michelle. She sets incredibly high standards for herself. She takes 6 AP courses a year and is a second-degree black belt in Chinese Taekwondo and an accomplished violinist. When I saw her meticulously planned daily schedule, from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day, I was so surprised that my jaw nearly hit the floor. But there was one column on Saturdays that was blank. Why? I asked her. That's my designated bailan day, she replied. No matter how busy I am afterward, I refuse to engage in anything that requires mental effort on Saturdays. It's my day only to do the most comfortable things: eating, sleeping, watching TV, playing games. Most importantly, I don't allow myself to think of anything apart from them. If I do, it would be a big mistake. Therefore, having a bailan day gives me a window to truly relax, like applying lubricant to a machine. However, in the article in The Atlantic titled, "This is Anxiety," physician and writer James Hambling pointed out that anxiety is not a choice. He says you can't tell people with anxiety to stop worrying, but instead suggest to them how to deal with the worry. I totally get it. So, how do we apply the bailan method effectively in our lives? I have 2 suggestions. First, embrace the unchangeable. Life is full of setbacks, disappointments, and interpersonal conflicts. As Lin Qingxuan, a famous writer, said, "Tomorrow may bring a new sunrise, but today's sun will never rise again." I often tell myself that I can't alter the natural order of things, like the sun's rising and setting. Therefore, instead of dwelling on the unchangeable or fixed realities, let it be and focus your energy on things you can change. Second, maintain an open mindset. Embracing diversity and uncertainty is key. Be receptive to new ideas, continuously learn from others' successful experiences, and most importantly, be adaptable. Now, if I could go back in time to that moment when lying in bed, contemplating for several hours whether to take on the challenge of performing the dance, I would shout out, "Do it and stop thinking," bailan iris directly to my face and send myself to embrace the warmth of my bed and the peacefulness of bailan. Life is about taking risks and going for it, and regardless of any uncertainties, everything falls into the place for the best. Live by bailan. Thank you.